Hello everyone, welcome back to our channel. Today we have something truly extraordinary to share with you. Feast your eyes on the newly released 1/150th scale remote control model of the Titanic by Bancroft. This model is nearly 6 feet in length and is exquisitely detailed to capture the grandeur of the original ship. Before we dive into the features of this stunning model, let's take a brief journey back in time to learn about the iconic ship it represents. The Titanic was a British passenger liner that set sail on its maiden voyage from Southampton to New York City on April 10th. At the time, it was the largest ship afloat, was considered unsinkable due to its advanced safety features. Unfortunately, tragedy struck on the night of April 14th when the Titanic collided with an iceberg in the North Atlantic. The ship sank in the early hours of April 15th, leading to the loss of more than 1,500 lives. The story has since become a symbol of both human ingenuity and vulnerability and arrogance. Now Bancroft has brought this legendary ship back to life in an extraordinary way. This model is not just a static display piece, it's a fully functional remote control boat. With meticulous attention to detail, Bancroft has created the grandeur of the ship, from its intricate deck details to its impressive funnels. So imagine, sailing this around the water, feeling as if you're in control of the original ship. Whether you're a history enthusiast, a model ship collector, or simply a fan of remote control boats, this model is sure to captivate your imagination and bring you back to the early 20th century. So join us and we'll take a closer look at the model. We'll do an unboxing, we'll explore some of its features and just go over all the details of this masterpiece. So stay tuned, don't forget to like, comment, give us your feedback, and subscribe if you like what you see. Thanks. Yeah, so it's over 6 feet. How tall are you, Fee?
5'9".
All right, so we're gonna open up this box here. This is the 6-foot Titanic for the first time. Right ahead, kids. Let's go ahead. Lift up. There you go. Looking good. Looking good.
Okay, keep on lifting up.
There we go. There we go. Ooh.
Holy, more details than the first one.
Thanks, Emmy.
Wow.
That's pretty wild, huh? Look at the size of that, huh?
Holy details. It's cool. That is cool. It's so cool. Yes. It's big.
Okay, so we have the box open, and here she is. All just shy of 6 feet of her. So as is customary, what I'm going to do here is I'll kind of show you guys how I get it out, but just looking at it right now, it's sitting on this wooden frame. Normally I don't like to do this, but I like to try and preserve the box. I'm just going to cut the sides. This won't straight lift out. So it comes in a shipping box as well, which we take off, and then there's this smaller box that it's in with the top, which we've seen on the other models. So what I'm going to do is I'm just going to cut the sides and reveal the sides. Well, here she is with the side pop down. And there's the controller supported by a wood board. Alright, so as you can see here, I've reached kind of a stopping point. I've pretty much dissected the box, because something you're going to have to contend with is the model's actually bolted. Right here, it's bolted to this wooden platform. I have only like one loose piece. Like, it's not really shipping damage. It's like just one of the lifeboats, kind of like the glue. It's such a small amount of glue, it just kind of maybe dried out and popped loose, but it's nothing. I'll be able to easily fix that. But there are holes in the bottom of the hull now, and what you have to do is, it looks like this was intended. Here's the bolt. I'll probably shorten it, and there's these little wooden washers that hopefully that's in focus, that go on to the bottom. So it's not that big of a deal, but overall the thing is amazing. Okay, well here she is, completely unboxed, all the rigging attached, and it's just phenomenal. I can't fit the entire length standing next to it into the field of view of the camera. The Bancroft 1/150th scale, ready to run RC model of the Titanic. 70.2 inches in length. It's enormous. And just looking at it, compared to the 1/200 scale, which I'll later on bring into picture here, it is just enormous, and all the kind of some of the defects that I noticed with that other model have been fixed in this one. All the rigging is even tighter. There's now a wood deck across the top. The paint looks truer. It's just an exquisite, exceptional model. For the price, you're not going to come close to anything that could compete with this. Like, as far as like, I don't know how much time you have to put together a 6-foot model that's ready to run, that just needs to be ballasted, and you're off sailing one of these maritime legends like this. This is going to draw a crowd. This thing is enormous. I'm now standing over 7 feet away from it, and it's finally fitting into the field of view. It's truly amazing. So I'll just show you real quick where the connection points are for the new rigging. There's rigging that comes off the forward smokestack and attaches right here to the forward mast. These 2 lines that come up from the bridge. You still have the lines that come down from the transmission lines for the Marconi generator that attach to the top of the radio room here. So that's still there. And then you just have an addition of 2 lines here in the back that come up. So these lines will have to be removed to remove the promenade deck so that you could gain access to the lower portion of the boat. So those connection points again are here, here, and here. So a little bit more work to do with the wires here and here before you can separate the top to gain access to the mechanical portions of the model. But what's nice about it is since it's larger, it's easier to work. It's easier to work with, like for me, like with my larger hands, it's easier to work with this model and not be worried about snagging some of the wiring while you're doing it. So it is just incredible. And I'm going to definitely take some pictures and just show you some of the finer detail. Like if we head right in here and you could just kind of, you can see the brass benches that they have in certain areas, the painted doors, the painted insets for the windows. They're just phenomenal looking. The amount of detail that they've done here, it's amazing. That's right, just shy of 6 feet. Bancroft 1/150th scale, RC ready to run. Comes like this out of the box. Model of the Titanic. Truly, truly incredible. All right, so the next part, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to loosen these 2 screws, take them out in preparation for removing the upper deck. I'll remove the wires as I've indicated, and we'll go ahead and take a look at the insides here and see what we got. Okay, so what you can see I've done here is I've taken the rigging off, I've removed the 2 bolts for the upper deck, and I've slid the forward superstructure forward. Now there is actually a set of instructions that comes with the model that shows you how to do this, but this is so that you remove the back slot here. It kind of slides free, and you can pull the top deck out, really sneak it underneath the top rigging here and just place it down. Okay, here we are. The top is removed, and what I noticed here is they have like what I guess what I would call these little, I guess you could call it a cofferdam for the bolts they put through the bottom of the ship so that there's no compromise of the internal hull, or it's like a seal. That's for where that first bolt was that held it down in the packaging. And then right back here you have access to your 3 motors, your rudder servo, and yeah, there's your speed controller and your power switch and your battery connect. Very clean, very simple. And I guess this back deck here can be removed. We'll take a look at that here in a second. That would be access to the linkages for the rudder here at the back. You can still see the packaging green tape. I've left it there. I've not removed it. All right, and I've removed the access hatch for the servo connection to the rudder here at the back. Yep, it just simply holds on by, looks like little 4 magnetic pieces, and it gently comes out, gently lifts out with your hands. Yep, as you can see, again, 3 motors, 3 screws, a ton of space in here to ballast this hull down. And I'll probably use the same technique that I did with the Missouri, which was I got one of those workout packs that has the little 1 pound bags of weight that you can just take out of the pack and probably put maybe 12, maybe even 15 in here. And I won't be surprised by the time we ballast her down that she'll weigh about 28 pounds. All right, and the only feedback I would give to the folks at Bancroft is those little grease fittings that you see here so that you could grease your propeller shafts. They're kind of tough to get to, but this one for the center shaft is going to be a little difficult because it's back here behind this foundation for the rotor servo. It's manageable. What I have is one of those marine grease guns. You could get them from, you could find them at the, just any of the hobby sites that that do RC boats, and then you get like a little fuel line on it for like a model aircraft, and then you just, this way you can get the attachment onto that fitting there and pump some grease into it. Okay, and here she is, and this is what she comes with: the charger, battery, and remote control. It's already bound in a simple set of instructions for removing that upper deck. Yeah, once again, just an incredible model. I'm going to post some pictures, and we'll talk a little bit about the history of the Titanic. It's mostly well known. Naturally, it's the most famous ocean liner ever for tragic reasons, but they've truly outdone themselves at Bancroft with this one. Most of the complaints that I had for the smaller one are in here. All the fence railings are straight. The wood decking across the full top deck. The increased detail on the lifeboats. It's incredible. The windows are better. The plastic etching and the spacing for what looks like either the 3D print or the quality in most of the portholes, and the detail has improved. I mean, it looks like a lot of feedback from the 1/200 scale was incorporated into this, or it's simply just easier to work with since it's a larger model, and it's just produced an incredible product. An incredible product. Okay, and this right here is going to give you an idea of the size difference between the 1/150th scale and the 1/200 scale, which is a very, very nice model. I've been very happy with it. It sails nice. And this gives you kind of an idea, like, you decide maybe most people don't have room for a 6-foot model of the Titanic. I don't know what to tell you. You should reprioritize your life. But if you want the smaller one, there you go. It also is a fine model, and it's well built, and you will enjoy it too. So you got two options. I chose the supersize. Alright, thanks for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed the review. Please comment, like, subscribe if you enjoy what you see on the channel. We just try and make it educational, get the kids somewhat motivated other than brainless YouTube. So comment away. Always happy to talk about these models and answer questions. Take care.